Hey friends, today I'm coming on to share a flip through of my book planner and share a little sneak peek of my book journal as well. So we'll start with the kind of planner first. I've just created this planner myself. I've kind of kept to the classic Happy Planner size. I've used some Happy Planner discs in purple that I had in my stash. I used one of the Dollar Tree cutting mats and cut this to size for a protective cover. And then I went to Creative Fabrica and found some images that I liked. I liked this daisy background and then the tarot card with the book lover. Took these over to the Pink program and merged these together and printed them out. And so that makes up my cover. And then my dividers are all using some Michaels 8.5 by 11 kind of mint colored cardstock, and then images from Creative Fabrica. And then I also have some stickers from the Bookish sticker book from Happy Planner. So right now this planner has the first 6 months of 2025, so January through June. And then the other half of the year here will go into a separate kind of catch-all planner to hold this till I need it. That way this didn't make this too bulky and big where I needed to put expander discs on it. So I have shared the dividers on this in my 2025 setup, but I will go through and share the inside pages for you today. So I do have each of the dividers is blank on the back side because I'm thinking about using this as maybe a goal section, or even just leaving this blank and not doing anything with it. And then the same goes for my monthly page here. I have the front and back of this blank. I'm thinking about maybe doing goals here, like a goals currently page, like beginning of the month, and then like an end of the month wrap up on the back page, just for like memory keeping. I think that will be fun. So the monthly planner, the monthly printable here is a free printable that I found on Pinterest, and I sized this down to the size that I wanted. I kind of sized it wrong so you could see that I still kind of have this outline. I actually don't mind the outline, and I think that I can decorate around that and still have plenty of functional space. And then I also have some printables from an Etsy shop, and I will have that linked down below for you guys. So I have the monthly reading log, and I went ahead and printed out two different ones. So I have this monthly reading log or reading log. So I could choose one or both. The monthly reading log, you can circle the month that you're doing, like January, the date, and all the pages. And then you can kind of look back this for January and see what you read and how much you read of a certain book, or how much you read in the month of January. So this page, the monthly reading log and the reading log, they'll stay in the January section of my planner. Whichever one I decide to use, I haven't made my mind up yet. And then we have the reading log, which is most of the same thing. Date, title, author, pages, and you have like a comment section there as well. And then we have this books of the month. Now the rest of the pages will be moved. So this will come out from January, move into February, and so on. Books of the month, I figured I could print out a picture of the book or write it in. So my favorite book of January, and put the title and the author in this section here. Then we have the monthly reading challenge, and I thought it would be fun to maybe color these in, or even use some washi tape to fill in the books. So my main reading goal for 2025 is to read 25 books. So then I could decide that I want to read more of the books in January and less in like June and July or December when I'm more busy, or set this for however many books I want to try to accomplish in a month and make it more than my 25 or however. So I thought that would be a fun challenge page. Then I have this reading tracker here, and you can color these in with highlighters or colored pencils. And then say on January 1st you read 21 to 30 pages and this is blue, you could color this in blue. And I think this will be a really fun thing to look back at the end of the year and see the different colors in kind of this reading tracker. And then we have the book of the year. So that will kind of go along with this book of the month. So I'll take this book of the month, my favorite book, and put it in the book of the year for January. And so I'll refer back to this page and filling this in. And then after January and February, I'll pick my top book. And then after these two, I'll pick a book, and then eventually I'll narrow it down to my favorite book of the year. I'm currently doing that right now in my other reading journal, so I'm having a really hard time trying to decide what book to choose for December, and then narrowing it down from there is going to be so difficult because I've read so many good books this year. And then we have the book review page. Title, author, genre, and the rating. So this is just kind of give me a quick reference back to how much I liked a book. You know, if I give it 2 stars, I'm not gonna like necessarily refer another friend to read that. But if I give it like, 3 or more stars or 4 or more stars, then I might refer back to this. Definitely read this book. It's worth reading. And then I have some currently reading pages. So I'm going to be keeping track of the books that I read more on a creative, decorative side in my book journal. But I also printed these out from that Etsy printable thing that I got. And you could put a picture of the book, rate it, some information about the book. And then you can also, if you want to narrow down how much you're reading a certain book, you can write the date, the minutes. This is pace. I think it's supposed to mean page. I'm not sure. So I think I will probably make this say page, start and page end. So like on the first, I read for 20 minutes and read pages 1 through 35 and, be able to keep that. I'm not sure if I'm really going to use this or not, but I thought it would be fun to see if it was something that I could keep up with. So I have a couple of those sheets in here. And then aside from that, we just have the monthly, and then I put a monthly reading log in each of the sections, and I'll carry over those other pages each month. So that is it for like the planning portion of this. And again, I've got January through June. Then I have a miscellaneous page section. I used some of that Dollar Tree cutting mat and some of the stickers from the Bookish sticker book from Happy Planner. And I've got some favorite quotes. Now this just has 11 bubbles. And I'm thinking I'm going to draw an extra bubble up here so I can have 12 bubbles and then do my favorite quote of the month. So maybe not a quote from my favorite book of the month, but maybe just whatever book I like the quote the most and put this in here, and then maybe put the quote and then the book information and then put January and do this for the whole year. I've got favorite author here. I like to, when I find an author that I really like and their style of reading, I read a lot of their books. So like, for instance, Natasha Presting. I'm thinking about kind of changing this. It says books I have read. So either I'm going to leave that and just write all of her books down and then check them off as I've read them, or I'm going to do a books I have read and books I want to read. So I'd put Natasha Presting, the books that I've read, and maybe the books of hers that I want to read in this part. Then I have a book wish list, which is just books that I'd like to purchase or maybe even, borrow from the library or from a friend. And then I have an audiobook here. I'm not an audiobook person, but I kind of want to challenge myself to maybe listen to one or two this year, because I have some free credits on Amazon for audiobooks. So I thought I would try giving an audiobook or try one or two a try and see if I like it, and then I can jot them down in this. Next section is my challenge section, and I printed off a couple different challenges. I'm not necessarily maybe going to stick to these, but I wanted to have some options to kind of broaden my horizon on books, maybe challenge myself to read some books that are outside of my normal genre. So this is the Romance Opoly, and you have 4 seasons, and you have different destinations, and it gives you a prompt for books to read. So I have the little map printed out, and then each month has a different like village that you or place that you travel to. For winter, that gives you a little bit of a description of it, and then you have 5 prompts, so you can read 5 books in the winter part, which is January 1st through March 31st. And you go to these areas here like Crystal Lake, read a cozy fantasy book or a fairy tale retelling. Now, you can use this as a game board, roll a dice, start here, and say you roll like 4, then, go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get to whatever place that you are, and then refer back to here, and then read that book. Or you can just go in winter and read the winter books, and then move on to spring, and so on. So you have 5 main books in the winter category, and then you have a winter holidays. So like you can have 4 more books that you can read. New Year, New Love, Valentine's, International Women's Day, St. Patrick's Day. And then at the end of each month, you have the kind of live video. So this is Winter Market Square. And this is an event, and you can join the live feed here. And then there's some notes here. So I haven't read into this, but this is for the event. You can double and even triple up, meaning using one book for multiple prompts, and you can participate in this event without doing the rest. And then it just goes on to all the different other holiday or all the different seasons and holidays. And then next I have the 52 Book Club's 2025 Reading Challenge. So this is reading 52 books a year. My goal is not 52 books a year, but I like some of these ideas of like choosing something that's written in third person, told in verse, a prequel, a title starts with letter M. So if I'm stuck on trying to figure out what book I want to read, then I thought it would be cool to maybe pick a book from here. I did print out all of the different prompts. That way, if I am doing any of them, like a pun in the title or a character with red hair, I can write the book and the author, rate it, and write when I finished it. So I have that challenge printed out. I also created a book bingo for myself. And I just made up my own. I used myfreebingocards.com, added a free space, and then did some different things like a book written by a female author, a book based on a true story, a book talk book, a newly published book, and so on. So that when I complete one of these, I can cross them off. I also have the buzzword challenge for 2025. And any of these challenges, I'll make sure to link down in the description box in case you're interested. And this is a buzzword. So each month has a buzzword, and you're supposed to match your book to that. So like, for instance, April, the buzzword is animals. So you can look for a book that has the word animal in it, or you can look for a book that's about a specific animal, like a horse or a dog. Like July is punctuation, so you want to look for a book that has punctuation in it. So a hashtag, a period, a slash, a dash, anything like that. So I think that would be cool to try to add some of this in to my reading. I also printed out an A to Z reading challenge. So trying to find a book that starts with all the letters of the alphabet. And I also have this 50 books challenge, which was part of the Etsy printable. Not that I'm going to reach 50, but I thought it would be cool to color in a book as I start reading them. And then I have a goals section here with my yearly goals. So I've got like the amount of books that I read in 2024 and the books I want to read for 2025, and then reading goals for each month. So I could set myself a goal each month so that I could reach the 25 goals, and then a little note section down here. And at the very back, I have a section for currently reading pages, some extra pages. So that is everything. And then these are my extra inserts. It's going to go in my little catch-all planner, and then I can pull them out when I need them. So next I'll show you just what I have so far in my book journal. And this is just a journal from Amazon. I'll link this down in the description box. I'm going to decorate it with some book stickers on the front and the back. I did already do a few things in here. So I added one of my adhesive pockets from Cocoa Daisy here from, I believe this was the November kit. And then I glued the first page together with the first two pages together to create a pocket. And then I used some of the paper in that November kit. And I think I'm going to have to slice this here and separate the two pages because they're just a little tough. But I kind of made an opening page to the journal and used the sticky note, and this is some of the paper. And then this one I did cut and make two separate so it lays flat. This is 2025 reading journal, again using that kit from Cocoa Daisy. And then I can start my pages. So I don't know if I'm going to do an index in here or not, but I'll probably leave these two pages blank for now and then start fresh here. And then as I read a book, I'm going to take and do a book cover and then like decorate the page and do something fun with this, be creative. So my current book journal is just this little Happy Planner mini, and I sort of just put this together myself. And what I've been doing is adding a picture of the book and then just doing some fun little doodles in here. This one I added some paper, and there's some stickers in here, and I use my highlighter. So I think I'm going to do this, but a little bit more creative because there's more room on here. So that's the plan with this book journal. So they're going to kind of go hand in hand together throughout the year. So thanks guys for checking out this flip through of my reading planner and reading journal. I'm really excited to start reading some of the newer books that I have purchased over the last couple of months, and I know that I'll probably be getting some books for Christmas that I'm going to be wanting to read, and really excited to trying to meet that goal of 25 books read for 2025. All right, guys, hope you all have a great day. Again, all the items will be listed in the description box for you below. Bye.